Hey there, it's Gregson. Welcome back to Shifting Lanes. Today we're talking about the Jeep Cherokee and what you need to know about this SUV before you buy it, research it, or compare it to others in its class. And even if you're not in the market for one, stick around and watch all the way to the end because there's some interesting information I found when researching for this video that you may have never known before. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you liked the video and give it a thumbs up at the end because that tells YouTube you want to see more videos just like this. In this video, we'll be going over what to look for on the Cherokee. Things like what's new for 2021 versus the 2020 model year, what to expect for 2022, some common issues on older models, any major service bulletins, any major recalls, and overall reliability ratings. If you're here for this small SUV, take a look around our channel as well because we make tons of other videos like new car reviews, other what to know videos, consumer advice recommendations, and automotive news. If you'd like to see any of those, check the description below for playlists of everything we do, or click the card above for a hand-picked video for you. Now, let's get into all the details of the 2021 Jeep Cherokee. If you're into small SUVs at all, there isn't a snowball's chance in hell you don't know about the Jeep Cherokee. After its birth in 1974 with the SJ model, it wasn't until the late 80s and early 90s with the legendary XJ version that the Cherokee became a household name. With a boxy design and rugged good looks, the XJ catapulted itself to cult status as that ran from 1984 through 2001. After this, Jeep changed the Cherokee name to Liberty to differentiate it from the Grand Cherokee, but many Jeep aficionados don't consider these to be Cherokees at all since they were more geared towards commuters as opposed to more rugged off-roader like the SJs and XJs of the past. Plus, it had a different name entirely, so it really isn't a Cherokee. The Liberty ran from the original XJ Cherokee's end from 2002 through 2013 and was considered by many to be a market failure with quality falling off a cliff compared to the older Cherokee versions. But then in 2014, a new Cherokee was born, and with it came both a commuter and off-road capable platform, bringing back what once was lost from one of Jeep's most recognized nameplates. Though in recent months, the name Cherokee has come into question as being insensitive and could leave entirely very soon. For now, the Cherokee name stays for 2021 and likely into 2022, but keep an eye out for Jeep to bring a new model designation once a redesign happens in the next 1 to 3 years. Currently, the Cherokee is one of Jeep's best-selling models, with 135,855 units being sold in 2020, good for 23rd in US sales. For the 2021 model year, you have 9 different trims to choose from, starting with a base Latitude for $27,005 and going all the way up to a high altitude trim, which will set you back a minimum of $37,435. However, at the time of this filming, there are some good deals going on with over $3,000 in cashback incentives on the Cherokee according to Jeep's website. So if you're looking to buy new, now might be a good time to go look. For engine choices, you have 3 options to choose from: a 2.4-liter 4-cylinder producing 180 horsepower, a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder with 270 horsepower, and a 3.2-liter V6 with 271 horsepower. The big difference between the 2.0 4-banger and the 3.2 V6 is in the torque department, where the 2.0 produces a robust 295 pound-feet of torque, a stout 56 more torques than the V6. Though it's worth noting that Car and Driver recommends the V6 over the Turbo 4 for better throttle response and more towing capacity. So, what's new for 2021 compared to the 2020 model year? Jeep has given the 2021 Cherokee some nice upgrades with new standard safety features across the lineup. These include blind spot monitoring and rear cross path detection systems, forward collision warning with active braking, lane sense lane departure warning with lane keep assist, and rain sensing wipers. There are also a bevy of new standard features, and base models get heated exterior mirrors and one-touch up or down front side windows. The Trailhawk trim gets a heated steering wheel and front seats along with remote start. The 80th anniversary trim is also new for 2021, and many different Jeep models have this same trim level. This trim is based on the Latitude Luxe version and has the same features like 19-inch wheels, leather upholstery with contrast stitching, power adjustable front seats, a larger 8.4-inch touchscreen, and a panoramic sunroof, among other things. With that said, here's everything we know about the 2022 model that should be upcoming and coming out later in the 2021 year. According to multiple sources, we're speculating that the 2022 model will be a lot like 2021. The design inside and out should carry over, but look for new features on certain models and maybe even a new trim to replace the 80th anniversary one. Pricing should remain the same, but look for an increase as car companies try to tighten profit margins due to the microchip shortage, which could send some companies into a revenue decline. Also, look for a redesign of the Cherokee for the 2023 or 2024 model years. Overall, the updates and upgrades for 2021 are a light refresh that will only make the Cherokee a more pleasing vehicle for the hundreds of of thousands of people that will eventually buy one. If you've made the decision to purchase any model year of the Cherokee, the rest of this information should help you make an informed decision about the SUV itself. This isn't a video on how to negotiate pricing, but after this, you should be armed with a bit more knowledge on potential trouble areas, which may help you in many different purchase-related scenarios, even for newer models. First, let's talk about some common issues. CarComplaints.com has the top 3 trouble areas on the Cherokee as engine stalls / shuts down while driving on the 2014 Cherokee with an average cost to fix of $1,000 at an average mileage of 36,000 miles. Next is shifting roughly on the 2014 Cherokee with an average cost to fix of not applicable at an average mileage of 16,000 miles. With the not applicable for cost, this means one of a few things. Either there hasn't been a true cost breakdown of this complaint, there are multiple fixes, or multiple dealers are fixing this issue in different ways, so there's no true way to track this. And finally, once again, is engine stalls / shuts down while driving on the 2015 Cherokee with an average cost to fix of $800 at an average mileage of 25,000 miles. Of course, these are issues with older Cherokees, so just be wary that some issues do carry over to new models and generations. Keep your eye out for those and others if you own a late model Cherokee or intend to purchase. Be aware that the 2014 and 2015 models are widely regarded as the model years with the most issues, so it's best to keep away from those model years entirely. Car Complaints even gives those stickers a year that says avoid like the plague, so look to other model years in your searches. Next, let's talk about the Technical Service Bulletins, or TSBs, for the Cherokee. If you didn't know, a TSB is a communication from the manufacturer, like Jeep, that document recommended procedures for repairing vehicles, and they happen when there are several occurrences of an unanticipated problem. For example, if consumers keep reporting that their doors won't lock because a wire in the door is known to disconnect, and it's happening across many different shops or dealers, the manufacturer will look into it, and if there's a fix, issue a TSB so that if it happens again, the fix is easily understood and rectified. The manufacturer may also find fixes proactively and issue a TSB if the fix does not require a recall. For the Cherokee, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of TSBs listed from many different model years. However, it's important to remember that this isn't necessarily a standard for reliability. Almost all cars have tons of TSBs for each year they are produced, so take this into consideration when doing your research. I won't go into all of the TSBs they list, but if you're more DIY inclined, it's worth poking around in the TSBs should you find something wrong with your vehicle and want to fix it yourself. You may find the TSB with the fix you need and could save yourself hundreds, if not thousands, in repair costs with the right know-how. On that note, let's talk about any active recalls that the Cherokee has outstanding. You can find these as well as other complaints, manufacturer communications, and investigation information at the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or NHTSA for short. I won't go into all of the recalls as they warrant their own video, but here are a few interesting ones to watch out for and the model years they relate to. For the 2000 Cherokee, engine cooling fan blade failure. If this occurs while the hood is open, a person in the vicinity of the engine could be struck by the blade and injured. Since this is an older model and an older recall, this has likely been done, but be sure to check the car's history if you're looking to purchase this year, and all recalls have been done appropriately. For the 2014 Cherokee, stuck transmission clutch may cause loss of drive. An unanticipated shift to neutral would result in a loss of drive, increasing the risk of a crash. When Jeep brought back the Cherokee in 2014, they were having issues with the initial transmission, which makes sense given the car complaints data I outlined above, where certain 2014 Cherokees equipped with the 3.2-liter engines were having the clutch stuck in the transmission itself. The transmission software then may shift the transmission to neutral, and this could lead to disastrous results. Thus, a recall was made and these SUVs had a fix for this. And finally, for the 2015 Cherokee, cruise control cannot be canceled. If the vehicle maintains its speed or accelerates despite attempts to deactivate the cruise control, there would be an increased risk of a crash. This is a recall we've outlined on our other Stellantis/FCA products, and what this basically means is your cruise control will take over the car and continue on its merry way at the speed it's going, or with the potential for acceleration, and you wouldn't be able to turn it off. Like, at all. As we know with past unwanted acceleration crashes with Toyota, this could be a potentially deadly scenario. If you're going to purchase a 2015 Cherokee, which we don't recommend, just make sure that this recall has been done before you purchase. Currently, the 2020 and 2021 models have 2 and 1 recalls on them respectively, but we can chalk that up to those years of the Cherokee being newer than all of the others. More recalls may trickle in over time. This leads me to my final point on the Cherokee, which is overall reliability. And as you can see by the information I've put forward, it's a decently solid SUV with certain model years having some issues that seem to have been resolved in more recent model years. And that's a pretty common thing across the entirety of the small SUV realm and shouldn't deter you from looking at a newer Cherokee if you're looking for that particular model. Consumer Reports ranks the current 2021 Cherokee as about average, giving it a 54 out of 100 overall, good for 12th in the compact sport utility vehicle segment. Car and Driver has a similar opinion and places it 15th on their list in the same category. Either way you slice it, the Cherokee should be on your list if you're cross-shopping small SUVs, but be aware that it won't be the most reliable of the bunch. With all this being said, do we recommend you still go in to buy a Cherokee if you've made the decision to purchase? That answer is a maybe if you're in the market for a small SUV. The Cherokee is for sure not the best commuter small SUV out there, with better offerings made by Mazda, Honda, Toyota, and others. However, Jeep isn't known by everyone for their commuter car prowess. They're known for their off-road ability. And while the Cherokee is based on a car platform, it's still a capable off-roader with the Trailhawk package, something that many other small SUVs don't offer. So if you're looking for a commuter SUV that you could take camping or off-road more often than not, a Cherokee might be the right choice for you, and it should be on your list. If you're buying for a family car that you'll never take off-road, I'd look elsewhere. But if you do like them, a new one will give you a peace of mind of a warranty, so stick to the newer ones and you should be fine on the reliability front. And if any of the issues I mentioned do crop up for you, or even new ones, you will still likely have a factory warranty to cover you should anything happen, so go ahead and shop with confidence. I hope that this video does help you in making your buying decision a bit easier or has made you a better informed owner. If you want to follow us outside of YouTube, you can find us at Shifting Lanes on Facebook and Instagram, where we post about the cars we review, our personal cars, and industry news and adventures. And don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you found it informative or if you liked it. Again, my name is Gregson. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.